Hello everybody, Blue Mask here, and yes, I'm so sorry I haven't posted a couple of days, now weeks, but I have the unfortunate thing for over this year to produce content on this channel. I have hit a roadblock called, I have forgotten the word, uh, I have no fucking ideas any for stories right now. Maybe it will take some more months for um getting ideas for the stories. I have tried to think about, well, maybe short ideas for videos. Maybe they will get 2 episodes free. If I'm gonna, well, by the way, if you want me to create short stories about 3 to 2 episodes, I will rather do short stories that could probably go into more details, go more episodes. If you want that, I can make that, but right now I have stumbled across a roadblock. I don't know how to continue. Well, what if Bell was a Spartan from Halo? I know where I want it to go from now. Don't worry about it. I know what I want to do in the future, but just right now where the character Bell is just waiting to go down in the dungeon, meet the fucking person, yada 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 yada. I don't know how the fight is gonna be. Maybe I need a few days, weeks, months, probably not years. I don't know where to go. But I want some of the content to be my idea. I have gotten some few ideas from two people, and I thank you for that. They're really, really good ideas, but it kind of made me stop and think. Okay, that should happen in the future. Those idea was out there, but right now, I'm sorry if I'm going on rant here in the beginning of this video, but I just want to get this out there. Those things, that ideas was probably in the anime season 3 to 2, probably in the anime. And right now, I'm in season 1. I just come off in the Spartan series. I'm just come off Monstophilia arc. There it is. Monstophilia arc. And I also have to put that together with the episode of Sword danmachi, the Sword Princess series. Also, there's a lot of technical things, and I also have to edit it, and that takes a lot of time to do. So the Spartans episode will be harder to make right now. These episodes will be easier to make because it's just one picture. I also have to get a lot of images. So sorry. Sorry. Just it's hard to make mostly it's hard to make what if Belle was the White Spartan, because I have listened to a lot of Belle, what if Belle's stories. Let me say there's not a lot on YouTube, but I think it's called Wattpad. I was on. There's a lot of fucking stories of Belle being betrayed. Oops. Sorry, I'm just messing with my mic. There's a lot of stories on Wattpad of Belle being betrayed. And let me say, that's not fucking good for ideas. There's one story I like, and it actually has a good resolve, so I don't really fucking care. But there's a lot of stories on there by Belle being betrayed, being cast away from, his friends, his family. In the story where a guy comes in, manipulate everyone who, except they know Belle more than that guy. You see, there's a lot of fucking stories about that, and I'm kind of getting tired about it. Mostly that. So, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry it took so long in the beginning of the video, but I just had to goddamn explain why I haven't been posting a lot. It's much easier to do this series because it's an original series about it. Well, not really, because there's one story, but that's mostly about a guy fantasizing to be a god. Anyways, so that's about the White Spartan. This series will be okay. I can come up with stories on the fly. And what if Belle was Genji? Yeah, I can come up with stories because I could also only follow one simple thing. Now you're probably wondering more about that. I'm not gonna explain. Anyways, this has taken a long time. Anyways, let's begin this episode of Two Worlds in One. It's been a few days since Belle has talking to Al Haytham about the woman that has, attacked the Loki Familia. Belle was walking around in his, Familia's, home, looking around, seeing if there's need for him. Mostly there's not. He have talking to Lily that has gotten more training from Candace. I think that's her name. He is talking to Kale. He is talking to Kale for, a while, a few days on his own, but nothing exciting has happened. They have gone down to explore more of the dungeon. His group just do mission upon mission because they don't, because they're all in the higher levels of adventures, and they don't see they have to go down in the dungeon for not to do anything for others. Belle just was walking around when he just thought he will just say hi to his goddess, Nahida. Her office was really close by, so he just wanted to pop in and say hi. He hasn't, talked to her in a few days. She has been busy with paperwork, of of course, so it will probably take some time for him. But he will just pop in and say hi. Just for maybe an hour, 10 minutes, it doesn't mind. He just want to say hi. Belle was walking down into the to the main office of, Nahida when he arrives. He knocks on the door, and after a few seconds, he hears, "Come in." Bell opens his doors and pops his head in, seeing that his goddess is just there and working on some paperwork. "Hello, goddess." Nahida looks up from her, paperwork and just smiled at Belle. "Ah, Belle, it's good to see you. Why have you come to, talk to me?" Belle just smiles and walked into her office, closing the door. "Oh, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. It's been a few days since we last talked." Nahida smiled at this. Of course. It's been a few days since we have last talked. Come down and sit down." Belle walks over to a chair and sitting down. "So, what do you want to talk about?" "I don't know. I just wanted to talk to you." "That's sweet of you. Anyways, how have your, reunited with your sort of sisters?" Belle smiled at this. His goddess is sort of a kid, but she's still old. She is a wisdom goddess. She is still learning, and he complies with everything she tells her, but he will stamp his foot down if she goes overboard. A lot of her family members decided if she goes overboard, they would just say no. It's going great. I have talked to them a few times. I've met them. I haven't talked to them in a few days by now, but we have been so busy with missions for familias and medicine items we have given out to the Hephaestus, familia. She nodded at this, hearing that the mission has gone great. It seems like that, yes. So, I wanted to know, have you heard about, the Loki familia going down to the lower floors? Belle looked up at this, looking at her goddess. He looking at her goddess. Belle just thought about it and remember a talk when he was in the city about the Loki familia going on a quest. Now when you now that you tell me, I actually have heard about some things about the Loki familia. It seems like they're going on a exploration of the dungeon. That's why the Hephaestus familia has been asking, for assistance with materials. Belle nodding at this. It makes sense. It does make a lot of sense why they wanted to make more to get more better armor or weapons. Nahida nodding at this. It has. But before they continue, a knock was heard from the door. Nahida looked up and looking at Belle. Belle nodding and just stood up, walking over to the door. Opening... Sorry, my screen just went black. Don't worry, this people that's new here, that happens a lot of times that I haven't touched the mouse of my computer, and for me it just shuts off and it's fucking annoying. Belle walks over to the door and just opens the door, looking out and seeing, well, who should it be? He sees Al-Haytham. Al-Haytham. Belle, I didn't expect you to be in here. Belle just nodding. I just came to talk to the goddess. That's just all. Al-Haytham nods at this. Very well. Well, I have some few guests with me here. Belle just opens the door a little more and just leans more over. Al-Haytham is a huge guy and Belle is a shorter guy, so he couldn't see behind him. He looks and see, well, the familia they were just talking about. Well, Loki and Finn, the captain of, well, the Loki familia. Belle was shocked at this, but nodding and just opening the door. Al-Haytham walks in with two of the guests. Nahida just looking at Loki in shock. Loki, I didn't expect you to come here. You know me, I'm just a big surprise. I just come here to talk about and, well, probably give you an offer. Nahida looking, well, curious at this. May it be about the mission you're going on, or just materials we have to go get for you? Loki just grinning. I can't get around that you're the wisdom god. She nodding at this. When, well, the chairs was kind of pulled out with Loki sitting down and, well, sorry. Before Loki or Finn could, well, sit down, Belle and, well, Al-Haytham, not to be rude towards them, pulled a chair out for them. Both of them, well, Finn and Loki kind of appreciated this, so they nodded and sat down. Both of them walked behind, well, Nahida, because in their family, when a familia and their captain, if they're not allowed to visit, two familia members always has to be in the same room if the goddess and her captain is in the room. Even though they're weaker, they still have to be two members. If they are not a strong member, if, well, the captain of their familia, they don't need to have two, and the vice captain, but just in case, they always have two familia members. If they don't, and it's gonna be private, they just stood outside. It's rules, not a primary rule, but just the familia of Nahida just agreed. Okay, she's a sweetheart. She's our goddess. We have to protect her. To always have to be with her with guests. Alright. Loki looked at Nahida. You probably guessed that we are here because of the little exploration we are going down to the lower floors. Nahida nodded. You want our help, or you want, well, help to get materials? Loki just smiled. It's not the second one. We just want help to explore the dungeon. Nahida nodding at this. It makes sense for your familia to go down there. I don't blame you that you need help. it's kind of, well, a big deal. So, you want some of our familiar members to come down with you? Loki nodding at this. Yes, we will also be joined by the Hephaestus familia. Nahida looked surprised at this. Well, some of it. Interesting. Can I ask it to keep your weapon sharp? And you ordered some new weapons. Loki always smiled at Nahida's, well, intuition or information gathering. Correct about that as well, Nahida? Nahida just smiled. Well, I can send a few, well, members of my familia. I still need them up here. A lot of them. Loki just nodding at this. I can understand. Don't worry. Nahida thought about this. They have to go down to the lower floors. Lower floors that is dangerous. She thought about who to send. I can give you... Nahida thought about this, seeing the pros and cons about sending members, who to send and what to send. I can give you around 6 people. Loki nodding at this. That's... Don't worry. 6 people of your caliber is fine by me. Nahida nodding. I'll send you, well... Looking at Alhaitham and Bel, both of them realized that she wanted to send them. Alhaitham is obvious. She wanted to send him to get... She wanted to send him to get information, get more knowledge and wisdom. Sending Bel is also an obvious thing. He's more an attacker and could help people. I'll also send Wealth. You know, Bel's friend. Finn nodding at this. Ah, yes, the Wealth Croso one. Nahida nodding at this. Yes, he can make magic sword. But I must say that he is not enjoying making it only for his friends and him to use. Finn nodding at this. That's understandable. I'll also send... Oh shit, I totally forgot her name. Alright, I can... That's 3 people. And all of them is close combat. I'll also send Kale and Technari with you. Understandable. 2 long-range fighters. Technari and Kale is medics. And... For safety's sake, and for my familia, I will also send my captain. This, well, surprised, well, everyone, except Alhaitham and Bel. They kind of realized that Sino is a good option for lower floors. And Sino really need... Wait. No, sorry. Scratch that about wealth. Shit. Sorry. Scratch about wealth. She didn't say wealth, she said the Wanderer. What the fuck did I call him? Actually, what did I call him? Anyways, I will find out. I also sent my Wanderer with you. Wanderer being, well, you know who the Wanderer is. It's Scaramouche. I'll send my Scaramouche. I'll send the name of the character that I named, Bel Alhaitham. I'll send Bel, Wanderer, Alhaitham, Tignare, Kale, and Sino with you. Well, Finn being shocked that she sent her captain, but realized that there's still a lot more strong people. She sent around 6 of her strongest, but she still have more avail 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 available personnel. Finn nodding at this. They talked for a little while, signed some more paperwork, and was led after this. Loki and Finn stood up and shook Nahida's hand. It was great making a deal with you, Nahida. It's also great to hear from you, Loki, and making a deal with you. Belle looked at, his goddess. Do you mind showing our guest out? I think our conversation ended a while ago. Belle nodding at this and waving at them to follow him. Belle, Loki, and Finn walked out of the office. A few seconds after they walked out, Alhaitham spoke up. Is it really wise to send, so many of our strongest? I know I'm not a combat, but I am still one of the strongest fighters. Nahida nodded. I still have Candace, Wealth, and the others. She I don't know. Fuck, I forgot. Anyways, I think I still have more people here, Alhaitham. Sending you and Sino is a good idea. You and him, even though you don't get along as well, are still good at fighting and good partners. You can fight by side, even though you don't get along that well. Oops. Sorry. You two are good friends, even though you don't talk a lot, agreeing a lot, but you're still good. I sent Tignari and Kole because they are medics. We don't need a lot of medics. We still have one more healer. Remember that. We still have some healers available. They're not strong as those two, but they're still healers. I sent Bell and Wanderer because Bell needs, well, Bell and the Wanderer's attack go really well together. Bell can help the Wanderer with his ability, and both of them could use, well, tactic. They're both smart. And from the previous fight I've heard of them teaming up in the dungeon, they are good fighting together. Alhaithang nodding at this. I understand, my goddess. Now, is there anything more? No, I'm sorry, my goddess. Don't mind it, Alhaithang. It doesn't offend me. Please. I need more. Get back to my paperwork. Understood. Alhaithang walked out of the office. Nahida just thinking about this. This will be a great idea. A great idea to explore. More of the dungeon. Belle was walking down the corridor. It's been a minute since they left the office. Loki and Finn just casually strolling through like they own the place. Well, consider they're one of the strongest. Is kind of concerning. Concerning about it. But Belle didn't, well, realize that and, well, got surprised when Loki asked him a question. So, how is the familia? What do you mean, Goddess Loki? I mean, like, is it a great familia or do a lot of fighting happen? Like, oh no, oh no. We're not like the Freya family. We don't fight over our goddess love. She loves us all equal. Maybe more than others. We don't know yet. And we don't really matter. Most of the time, Goddess Nahida is just our goddess. We probably see her more like a mother than... Let's continue. Like Freya. Her family fights because they want her love, her beauty, her desire for her. But we just wanted to protect her, wanted to please her, wanted to make her happy. We don't fight for her love, we fight all together for keeping her happy. A lot of us joined because we wanted to. A lot of us isn't being forced because the goddess did her, well, divine power. I see. Oh wait, I see. So you're more like, if I have to put a finger on it, if I had to rank all three of our familias, Freya's the lowest, you're the middle, we're the best. No, you cannot argue with that, Loki. Loki kinda got insulted, but before Loki could speak up, he just said, you kind of made Tyona and Tyone join your familia because of a fight. Same with Bed and... Well, you kind of got desperate with Riveria and Eyes. Loki just being quiet about this. It's kind of true. They kind of made their familia join them. And they're just, well, accepted because they saw, well, no reason why not to. So we can just leave. We can just leave the familia, saying that Avenger, we wanted to retire. We can still come back. I've seen some old familias come through again, now and again. Saying hello to a goddess, then leave back to their home, to their family. Loki getting surprised by this, but nodding. Seems reasonable. Yes, it is. Here we are. All of them looked at the door of the familiar home. Belle opens the door. See you in a few days. Yes. See ya. Belle just walked. Well, not Belle. Loki walked out of the door. Oops. Nope. Sorry. Loki walking out of the door with, Finn behind her. Belle nodding and closing the door. Walking away from the door and heading towards, wherever he wanted to go. Now, this is where I'm gonna end the episode. Yes, I know this is hella short. Maybe 20 minutes. When I say it's short, it's almost always half an hour. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the rant at the beginning, but I just had to come out with it. So, good morning, goodbye, farewell. See you later, you sexy people. Bye-bye.